Well, hey, you're watching the Uber Goat WB. I'm Kevin. Welcome to my world. Buckle up, slap that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's jump in. You know, sometimes the story is not what happens inside the Uber, inside my car. Sometimes the story is what happens outside my Uber, what I see out my windshield, or the side door, or wherever that might be. And I have a sunroof, so sometimes if I have the sunroof open, I can see some things happening. This is something that happens outside the windshield. So we're going to call this type of a story outside the Uber. I drive from about 8 or 9 o'clock at night on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday until about Tuesdays and Thursdays until about 2:30. Fridays and Saturdays, maybe an hour or so later. After about 1 o'clock at night, things get weird. Things get different. It becomes a different town. That's what it is. It becomes a different town. Drunk people do odd things. Drunk people do funny things. Drunk people do some bad things. This is one of those odd things. I've been driving Uber here in just a few weeks. It'll be 3 years. As I'm driving, sometimes I'll see a guy. I'm driving, there's an alleyway. Sometimes people walk up and down the alleyway. I just want to make sure nobody's coming. So I glance that way, or whatever direction it might be. And sometimes I happen to catch a guy peeing on the side of the building. What's the deal with peeing on the side of the building? Why does it have to be on the side of the building? I don't get that. But for whatever reason, I see guys peeing on the side of the building. They're actually hitting the building. Beats me. Anyway, I digress. Well, really, the whole story digresses. It's about 1:30 to 2 o'clock, somewhere in that time frame. And this was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, actually. So this is a pretty recent thing. It's chilly, but it's not cold. It's maybe 45, 50, somewhere in that neighborhood degrees. So it's, for this time of year where I live, it's a warm day for the time of year. I get a ride request. I'm on Main Street, I'm on High Street. I pull over and I'm in front of Joe's. Joe Mama's, everybody calls it Joe's. I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. The timer's running. I'm in no rush. I see a guy and a girl walking on the other side of the road, walking up the street. Don't know them. They're both wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. Yeah, okay, that's normal. If you're chilly, that's a good. Yeah. Then the guy, they're talking. They stop. The guy turns towards the street and kind of takes maybe half a step and kind of angles himself. And at this point, he's angled right at me. He's looking right at me. Well, he's not looking at me, but he's looking in my direction. The girl looks around, doesn't see anybody coming, pulls her pants down, leans against the wall, the building, and pees on the sidewalk on a main road. She didn't even walk around the corner. I mean, when I see guys, when I'm driving, I look down the alleyway and I see a guy peeing, it's like, I really didn't want to see that. Okay, whatever. I've never seen a girl pee on the sidewalk in a public place. I'm not saying the girls don't do that, but I've never witnessed that. Do you know how strange that was for me? My jaw may have dropped. I may have just gone, I don't get it. She does her thing, and I realized what he was trying to block her. One guy is not a wide enough body to block a girl peeing. So nobody can see this happening. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of his angle was. Maybe if people were coming down the street, he would kind of block that a little bit. But he wasn't a wide guy. He wasn't as wide as me. So the worst part, they were about 10 steps away from the opening, the doorway to a bar that has a bathroom. So if she could have waited maybe another 30 seconds, maybe she had to go that bad. I don't know. I don't ask questions. Well, I do ask questions. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, couldn't you wait maybe another 30 seconds, go in the bar, go pee? And are you okay with peeing where people can see you doing that? That's kind of weird, man. But hey, you do you, however you want to do that. All right, that's my segment for Outside the Uber. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there.